2. All right, what's up? Happy Friday, everybody. It's episode 12 of the Brew and Orange podcast. So, like all Fridays, this one's just a little bit different. I've got Justin Brackeen, the Tampa sports guy here. He's not sitting next to me, but he is on the line. Say what's up, Justin.
Going on, guys. A little different today. Won't be able to see my reactions, but you'll definitely be able to hear my voice. So we got another good show for you today. So hope everybody's ready.
There we go. We're not can't see the reactions, but you're gonna hear them, and that's what's most important. We got them on. So today, I'm drinking Coppertail from Coppertail Brewery. This is the Hop Skull series, and the one I've got in my hand right now that I've kind of cracked a little bit earlier. So forgive me that you didn't get to see the pour, but I got an extra one you can see later. This is the 6th anniversary Hop Skull Rebrew number 11. So Justin, are you watching live right now?
Am I doing what?
Are you watching live right now?
Am I watching it live right now? No, I'm not watching it live right now.
Okay.
However, I will be watching it later to review. So
for the people watching it live, you're checking out this absolute fire can art right now. Hop Skull, there it is, Rebrew number 11. Today was the canning release, so I went and picked up the assorted 4-pack. This fire T-shirt, Justin will take a look at that when he watches it live. But for all you watching now, the shirt's absolutely fire. It's comfortable. It's fresh. Go get one for sure. But here's the best part: if you go to Coppertail for this can release, you can get a gift pack. Kind of what I got today. It comes with 2 Hop Skull glasses, which go ahead and peep it right now for all those watching. Oh, this thing is awesome. Matches the shirt. So this show is all Coppertail right now, and I ain't even mad about it. So the gift pack comes with 2 glasses, a T-shirt, 2 free beer tokens, and the 4-pack. You got to go get that. It's a can't miss deal. It's well worth it. Also, I had the flatbread in there today, and I got to tell you, it's one of the best flatbreads I ever got. Justin knows, my friends and family know I'm a pizza guy. And that flatbread was absolutely on fire. It was fantastic. It was called the Meaty Boy flatbread. Service was great. Masks were on. Social distancing was happening. What's up?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, no. So anyway, this beer is fresh. The can art is great. I would recommend going in and getting the Hop Skull series Flight, and it's all 4 of their Hop Skull series. I had the anniversary, and then number 3, 5, and 11. All the beers are fantastic. Find them on the Untapped. None of them got less than a 4. I'm waiting for the anniversary one they just brewed to come out because it was released today, so no one's untapped it yet. But believe me, as soon as it comes available, I'm hitting it up. Trust. So, cheers, Justin. What are you drinking, my man?
So I just hit the little gas station next to my house, and they happen to have some Reef Jockey from Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
Ooh, yeah.
So I picked that up, and as you know, me and you have had Reef Jockey many a times. It is very delicious. It's an American pale ale. And like I said, Tampa Bay Brewing Company, they pump out a lot of good beers. So if you haven't had Reef Jockey, you need to go check it out. I will be rating this because I don't think I've ever actually rated it before. Oh. So I am going to, after we get off this live right now, I'm going to go rate it as well. If I had to tell you what I'm going to rate it right now, I'd probably rate it a solid 3.75.
Okay.
It is a good beer. Nothing overly spectacular, but it is a very solid beer, very drinkable. You can drink quite a few of these bad boys.
That's what it's all about. So I'm gonna toast to my glass right now. I hope everyone has a happy Friday. Cheers, my boy Justin. Thanks for coming on, even if you're not sitting next to me. Hey, we're still doing it. Cheers, my man.
Cheers, brother.
So I do have a busy day tomorrow. I'm heading out to Jenny Springs about 6 a.m. So that is the reason why we are coming on so early. But it doesn't matter. We got a loaded show for you. The Bucs scrimmage today. We'll recap a little bit of the Lightning game. The Rays got postponed along with the Lightning. We'll update you on the schedules in the upcoming games. But I do have a little bit of some Gator talk for us, like always. That's the orange part of the Brew and Orange. So let's get right into that. As if you've ever wondered if Mullen is shy about having high expectations, and if you listened to the Chris Leak episode up a couple days ago, you specifically heard him mention being a Gator player, being on that team and part of that program, the expectations are high. You have got to expect of yourself and of your teammates to play at a championship caliber, and that is just what Mullen is expecting. He has some there are some hesitancies on his part because he has not seen this team live yet. Like we're going to touch here, they have missed 2 scrimmages and a spring game by this time. So the scrimmage that's happening tonight would have been the 3rd scrimmage on top of the spring game. So he is very confident. He said there's a lot to learn about this team. He thinks the QBs are ready to guide this team. I know a lot of fans think that this team will go as far as the O-line takes them. Well, Mullen didn't seem to put it that way. From the way I took it, he believes the QBs are who are going to guide this team as the leaders and as those who are going to just kind of guide this team as leaders and be successful. And once the games begin and he's able to see his teams play against the other opponents, someone other than somebody else in blue and orange, he'll have a real honest gauge of where this team is. But it does not matter. He is expecting a national championship this year. He's expecting 10-0, going to the SEC championship and playing this odd COVID-impacted CFP this year. But nonetheless, Gators are expecting championships. What are you thinking, Justin?
Yeah, absolutely. And, with the QB, like you said, me showing his true character, showing the true character of the team. For Trask, even though this is only his first full year starting, with all the weapons he has, he's just set up to flourish this year. I don't see really any way that he doesn't, have a really good year at the very least. With the ceiling being a great season, all great season at Florida, especially with the weapons we have on offense coming back and the new ones that we brought in. I just like
he completed nearly 70% of his passes in that shortened time last season. There's no way. I only see him improving or hovering around that 70%, but he's passing for over 3,000 yards this year. This offensive line is going to be improved. They did add, to the O-line, they added Stuart Reese from Mississippi State, a 4-star O-lineman. That happened kind of in the dark. A lot of people kind of forgot that was a major addition to this line, and he has come and stepped right in. And following into the next bullet point, Justin, the skill positions are loaded with talent right now. And you'll notice that 2 of these guys that I'm about to mention are straight off 3 of them. 1 from the running back position, 2 from the wide receiver position are straight from the transfer portal. They are former 5-star guys. One of them right now has not exactly shown that, but I suspect, as Mullen is known for doing, he gets the most out of his players. And so let's talk about that for a second. At wide receiver, there's Grimes, Shorter, Copeland. All 3, 2 of the Grimes and Shorter were 5-star recruits. Lingard, also the running back position, was a 5-star recruit. Pierce, people forget, he was the 8th best running back in the nation. So right now, as it stands in the backfield from that 2018 class, Florida's going to have the number 2 and the number 8 running backs from that 2018 recruiting class in the backfield starting. That's pretty impressive, right, man?
Man, that's more than impressive.
Right?
That's a loaded backfield.
Loaded,
right there.
bro.
If what their standings were going into being recruited, if they live up to those, that's a loaded backfield right there, man.
Hey, and we've already seen Pierce. That dude he fell right in perfect behind the Michael Pirine. He was great.
Absolutely. So, and there was times where I wanted Pierce to get the ball more.
So right now it looks like we're going to have, like I've mentioned, thunder and lightning. Pierce is getting right now the majority of those reps, but it is no secret that Lingard is absolutely putting on a show, and he is the fastest guy on the team. And if you look at the wide receiver, right now they're saying Shorter may move to tight end, but that's okay because we know that Mullen loves to run 2 tight end sets, and he loves to put Pitts out at wide receiver. So you're going to have Grimes, Shorter, and Pitts, a combination of those 3 guys along with Tony in the slot. And if you look at behind them, Frazier, Henderson, Whitmore, and Weston, those guys are creating major buzz out of camp right now, and they're ready to go. Mullen makes no shame about it and we've seen what he's willing to do. And remember, this year, there's no 4-game redshirt rule. I don't know if everyone realizes that with that new rule that the NCAA put out where all these fall players get an extra year of eligibility, that means that Frazier, Henderson, Whitmore, and Weston, or at least Frazier and Henderson, who are freshmen, can play all they want, and they don't have to worry about burning a red shirt.
I don't know. Not only if you don't know that, but how huge that is.
Huge.
That's just that's a huge deal, man. Because we get to see them in live action, and they get the experience, but they don't lose that year of eligibility, which is freaking huge, man.
It's so great. So we mentioned earlier Lingard and Pierce at the running back position. Behind them, it's just as deep and talented. Malik Davis, he's been injured a few times, but he is due for some bit breakouts. And we saw what he was capable of doing before he got injured. Naquan Wright and Iverson Clement, those are two former blue-chip four-star running back recruits who a lot of fans are high on, and they can't wait to see them. So there's talent in the wings. There's talent waiting. It's blue-chip talent. It's the talent that the big boys wanted, that Florida won out on. Remember, Malik Davis, he was busting out runs in that 2017-2018 season that people were excited. And when he tore his ACL, he got his knee hurt, whatever it was, man, that was a big blow because he was cutting on a dime. He was fast.
And if I'm not mistaken, Malik Davis, that's a hometown boy, right?
So that's a good point, man. He was the leading rusher in Hillsborough County, I think in the state, coming out of Jesuit.
I believe so too, man. He was a beast at Jesuit.
So, I mean, just to sum that up right now, there's loaded talent, and it's probably as deep and as talented as Florida has had in a very long time. And we can't reiterate it enough. It is great to have Grimes, Tony, those guys on defense, which the next podcast, I'm going to go and dig deep into the talent we have on defense because it's of the same caliber, if not better than what we are seeing right now. And just imagine what I do think, just a part of my inclinations here, is that I think that the transfer portal is going to blow up even more because of that new rule. And we've already seen what Dan Mullen can do in the portal, and I think he's going to be able to reap some benefits from this rule as well.
Absolutely. And I feel like the transfer portal right now is our best shot to get running backs because, as we've talked about, we have struggled at getting running backs in the recruiting process to come here. So when it comes to the transfer portal, getting these guys like, Lingard and guys like that, it's going to be huge because if we can't get them coming out of high school, when they transfer, we have to get them one way or the other.
And there's no one who's done more with the portal. I mean, like I said, there's Stewart, Reese, Grimes, Shorter, Lingard. There is just no one has done more with it, and I think there's only more to come. So let's move on to Terry and Arnold. He did release these recruits. I don't know how everyone feels about this. I've seen top 10s, top 15s, top 8s, top 3s, top 2s. We got an odd number, top 11 today from Terry and Arnold. I wouldn't hold my breath right now on Terry and Arnold. I know I've been kind of gassing him up right now that he would be the next person to pop, him or Tugmees. But he said today he is taking it slow. He wants to visit these schools. I'm not going to run through that list because I think it's unnecessary because everyone who follows this knows this is Bama, Florida, and Georgia. This is a big boy battle that you just have to win. And if you look at the past, we've won these battles, and we've won them for big-time athletes, big-time stars. Gervin Dexter, towards the late, Georgia wanted him bad, but he was all Gators. He wasn't moving. Copeland, Alabama wanted him more than anybody. They wanted him to be the next Jerry Jeudy. Elam, again, Georgia. Bogle, we got him, and we flipped him on signing day. He was an Alabama commit until he put on the blue and orange hat during signing day. Alabama was shocked. So this right here, Terry and Arnold, he could be another name to this list of winning the big boy battles, and those are the battles that they make you better and they make you be able to compete in the SEC.
Absolutely. You just got to give Terry and Arnold some time. Yep. If he's putting out a top 11, he wants to take it slow. He's not in a rush to make any decisions. So give the kid some time. Let him make his decision. Let him visit those schools. Let him enjoy that that kind of experience. And then at the end, we hope he picks Florida. So let's just wait on that, okay?
Ooh, could you imagine a backfield of Terry and Arnold, Collier? You may have Terry and Arnold, Collier, Jason Marshall, Elam if he doesn't go pro after next year. That is all time. That's up there with the Reggie Nelsons and that kind of defense they had back in the day. So let's move on. The Gators are going to have – oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I would just agree with what you said, man.
All right, so the Gators are going to scrimmage today, and you got to respect the Gators. They did. The Gators athletes did have a Black Lives Matter walk today, so that is really cool to see that they are out there using their platform. So really awesome to see.
Shout out to the Gators for for supporting that and coming out and doing it publicly because not everybody's doing that. I know it is a lot of organizations and teams coming out and supporting that movement of social injustice. Shout out to the Florida Gators and shout out to all those teams that are doing it as well. Knowing that you're going to have some people who disagree, but at the end of the day, shout out to to standing up for what you believe in and making that public. I have huge respect.
Absolutely, man. You still there? All right, cool. All right, so Gators scrimmage today. It's going to be tonight. Like Mullen, he's keeping this close to the vest. There will not be any media allowed. So, the Bob Redmans, the Goldcamps, the Aldermans, they're going to have to really pick their sources, and they're going to have to get some information for us. And believe me, when I get it, you're going to get it. But he did say his main objective today, and this goes down to the Bucs scrimmage, which we'll talk about earlier. His main objective today is to keep this team healthy. He knows that they are going to be fired up to play in a game-type setting, but he just wants to get out healthy, and I think we can all agree on that.
Absolutely.
So, like I said earlier, this would have been their third scrimmage, including a spring game. So I think that can't be understated enough that they want to just keep the players healthy, and they just want to try to get through the playbook. He wants to run 60, 90, 120 plays tonight. So let's hope that everyone gets some good reps. Let's hope that the O-line and D-line, really, that's what I think as a coach and as a fan. If you want to see one positive out of the scrimmages and when they play in these game settings, you want to see these lines dominate. You want to see them make plays, and you just want to see some chemistry between the quarterback and the wide receivers.
Absolutely. And I don't know if anybody realizes it, but we are so close to football right now.
We're less than 30 days.
I know that the Tampa Bucs start in 2 weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks from Sunday is their first game. I'm not sure. What's the exact date of the Gators' first game, Cody?
27th of September.
Okay. So we are so close to football, I can almost taste it.
Ooh.
I cannot wait.
Could taste a piece of the beers.
Dude, I just cannot wait. I'm just so excited. I just want everybody to know that we are so close to football. So sorry for that interruption.
No. Hey, be ready, everyone, because the Blue and Orange, man, Justin, myself, we're going to have other people on, people to talk about USF football, the whole 9 yards. That's going to just be a very exciting time for all of us. I think we can all agree that sports helps us to kind of put some stuff on the back burner. There are stuff that's more important than sports, but man, we can't wait to see some Gator football rushing out that tunnel. Kyle Trask, the Copeland, man, Lingard and Pierce scoring the big hits. Just to see, and it looks like right now there's going to be some fans in the stadium. I don't know if people saw it, but on Twitter, Oklahoma State University put out a picture of their actual stadium with the seats set up in the social distancing platform. It was pretty neat to see, and it really made it feel real that it was coming.
I can't wait, bro. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm going to check that out.
Check it, dude. All right, so let's move on. Talk a little bit about the Rays. They did end up winning that series, even though the third game was postponed. They're going to pick back up with the Marlins in New York on each of those is a 3-game series. That's going to be a nice little road trip. They're currently 21-11, first in the AL East. What is it? I think they're 2.5 games up on the Yankees right now. Can't be mad about that.
The last time I checked, they were. I'm not saying that I know. I know the Yankees had a doubleheader today, and then last time I checked, they were winning. So I don't know the exact standings. That the Yankees won that game, and now it's 2. However, it was
Boo Yankees.
At the beginning of the day, and the Rays just continue to just plug on and handle business no matter what's going on around them. With all the injuries, with all the stuff going on, they just continue to win. I don't know what else there is to say about it. They just win, bro. Even with all the pitching injuries, I still don't understand how they're pulling it off with all the injuries we have to our pitching staff when that was supposed to be the biggest upside to our team that we had. And that was the reason why everybody thought we were going to have a shot of going all the way this year is because our pitching depth. And now, and I guess you could say that our pitching depth is showing, and and that's why we're still doing so good. But I just did not expect that with all the pitches going on, how well they're still playing right now.
No, I agree 100%. The offense has been off and on. The defense made some errors the other night. But like you said, they are still pulling out victories. And honestly, I'm looking at the schedule, and we may have gotten past the hardest part of the schedule so far.
It gets easier from here. It definitely gets easier from
here. You know what? I think – let me see if I can pull this stat out of my head. I heard it on, I think, Pat and Aaron the other day. I am almost positive that we only play – now, I don't know the number exactly, but I can guarantee you it is somewhere between 6 and 8 teams left on our roster have a record of 500. That's it. Not 500 or better. 500 remaining on our schedule.
That's pretty impressive if that's the case. I would have to look that one up as well. But if that's the case, it's from here on out to not only make the playoffs, but to win the division. And that would be extremely huge with the Yankees in your division and the upstart Blue Jays. And even though Boston is horrible this year, you never know what they're going to do. So that would be huge for the Rays to pull out a division win in a situation that we're in right now.
You know, sitting at 21-11, man, that 40-20 is still sitting there waiting for you. So here's some big news. Justin, you take a look at that next bullet point. Honeywell got added to the 60-man roster, and he is in Port Charlotte right now, ready to come up when asked.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I didn't hear any rumblings about it before it happened. But, yeah, I mean, if he's ready to go, obviously the Rays can use some extra depth at the pitcher position right now. And Honeywell's not just some guy. He is a huge prospect.
Exactly. Great way.
Could come out and have a huge impact on the Rays this year if he comes out and does what he can.
That was a great way to put it. He's not just some guy. This is a big-time prospect that not just the Rays teams and players, but, boy, all of us fans have been ready to hear Honeywell coming up. I can't wait to see him pitch, man. I'm sure that's the same for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And to go through what the kid's been through so far in his career with all the setbacks, I can't wait to see him and see how he's fought the adversity and see him come back and just pitch very well and make a name for himself.
All right, so, no, Matt, it's going to be awesome. So there is a little bit of some – I saw Jeff Passan. He was talking on Twitter. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm taking this with a grain of salt. And all politics aside, we do see different states moving in different directions. Florida is obviously functioning at a different level than California, but somehow the MLB wants to have bubbles during the playoffs, and the AL teams would be in California, and the NL teams would be in Texas. So I don't know how they're going to pull this off because no sports are playing in California right now. So maybe they loosen up some sanctions for when it comes around for playoff time. But this means 10 p.m. game starts. How do you feel about 10 o'clock game starts, Justin?
I feel like I don't like them because I'm going to get up in the morning. But I feel like I will make myself exhausted the next day to watch them. That's
fine. We both work our 8 to 5s. In your case, until 6, man. But you know what? Fine. If I got some bags under my eyes to watch some Rays playoff games, I guess count me in, man.
Absolutely. Count me in. Count me in every day of the week.
So yesterday's game against for the Rays and the Orioles will be made up as a doubleheader on September 17th. So that's good. The MLB is being very proactive in putting these games back on the schedule. So that's really cool to see.
It just sucks that we got a home game took it to Camden Yards.
Yeah,
I mean, that sucks.
For
but
sure.
At the same time, whatever. It's the Orioles. I'm not worried about it. We'll play the Orioles in Camden Yards 162 times a year.
Please. Yeah, right. Come on. We ain't worried about that. So, you know what, Justin, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to crack my second brewski of the show right now. So I just want to show, Justin, wait till you see the live, man. The glasses that you get from the I'm putting them up to the camera. If you're watching, if you're listening, I'm sorry, hop on YouTube so you can check this. The glasses are like rocks glasses, dude. I'm not going to lie. Coppertail, no hating. But I've got to pour your 16-ounce beer in here about 4 times to drink the whole beer.
Man, and, the one show that I would love to be sitting next to you, looking at all this stuff that you got, drinking these beers that you got. We had some situations that caused us to not be able to be together tonight.
It's my fault, ladies and gentlemen. It's my fault.
I can't see it. sucks that I can't see it and I gotta watch it later. But at the same time, I can only imagine how awesome it looks. And Coppertail is a very good brewing company here in the Tampa Bay
Shout
area.
out to them. Go see them.
I can't wait to see it. And you know what? I'll probably go there sometime either this weekend or next
Do it,
weekend
man.
and pick up some stuff myself.
They got the cans, man. For all y'all watching and listening, they were pumping out cans left and right. There were still places to sit. It was just a great experience. It's in a really cool industrial location down in Ybor. It really paints a great picture of that kind of blue collar scene down there in Ybor, Tampa. So I did just pour up the 6th anniversary Hop Skull Rebrewed number 5. This is one of 4 that comes in the assorted 4-pack that you can get down at Coppertail. So check it out. Some fire can art. Goes with the shirt. Goes with the glass. I don't care if the glass is tall, short. Doesn't matter. It's awesome. And it shows the true colors, man. I mean, it's that skull candy. You know what I'm talking about? That skull candy art. You know, the cool the skull art. You know what I'm talking about, Justin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, boy.
I know about that.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to recheck my Untapped rankings, but none of these got under a 4. They're all fantastic. And Coppertail, man, if you happen to check this out, shout out to you because y'all are doing a great thing, and I hope y'all all the most success. Hey, and hopefully one day Justin and I are doing a podcast right from inside your thing, eating a flatbread, drinking some hop skulls right there, talking to brewers. Man, I would just love to do something like that. And Justin's got the connects.
That could be closer than you think, especially with Coppertail. So stay tuned because as always, Brewing Orange, we do have some things in the works.
Oh,
so
it's all who you know and we know. So it's coming. All right. So let's move right into the Tampa Bay Lightning. Justin, I'm just going to get a few points, and I'm just going to open the floor to you to tell me what you thought about that 7-goal game. So tonight's game was postponed. Will be played. The next games will be Saturday and Monday. I'm kind of ticked off, but hey, like I said, things are bigger than sports. But I'm going to be at Jenny Springs tomorrow, so I'm going to need some updates from you, Justin, while I'm floating down the freaking river because the game is at noon tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm absolutely going to be tuned in, and I'll absolutely be texting you, Cody, and letting you know the updates on the Lightning game because, as we know, it is a noon game tomorrow. It was at first until I found out it was on Saturday, and then I was like, okay, I'm cool with it. Because, as we know, in the first series with the Blue Jackets, we did have some afternoon games during the week, which I was pretty upset about because I couldn't catch them because I'm working. So I'm pretty excited that the noon game this time is on a Saturday, and I'll be able to watch it. And like I said, Cody, I'll definitely be updating you on that game. Are we going back to the last game then?
Tell me, man. We scored 7 goals. Justin, what was your takeaway from that 7-1 victory?
Well, let me just say this. We've been talking a lot about Cooch and about how he needs to step up.
Yep.
Well, I finally seen what I wanted to see out of Cooch.
3 assists.
In that last game. In that 7-goal, 6-goal lead beatdown that we gave the Boston Bruins. And it was just lovely to see. I wish I was at the rink on the ice laughing at them as we were beating them down. And they just had no answer for anything that we were doing. They were resorting to all these little ticky-tack things they were doing. You know, they got chippy. All these penalties. It was great. I loved every second of it. And Cooch had a big role as he had 1 goal and 3 assists in that game. So, also, I want to point out that the Bruins starting goalie got taken out 4 goals in.
Oh yeah.
And then they put in a rookie who you don't. It seemed like he's a bad goalie now, but he did seem like he was very out because as soon as he came in, we started putting it on him as well, and ended up winning 7-1, which I would have never told you in a million years if you would have told me before the game that the Lightning are going to win 7 or not even win 7-1. If you told me the Lightning were going to score 7 goals, I would have laughed at you and told you to get out of my house and stop jinxing us with that ridiculousness. Not
just how the last 2 series have gone. 7-1 seems outlandish compared to what we were doing. We didn't have a lead in this series until the second game.
Right, absolutely. And you want to know something? You want to know what else showed up this last game? The power play. We were 0-14. Okay?
Yep.
In the first two series before this game. And we had 3 power play goals. I believe we were 3 for 4 or 3 for 5.
Yep.
That is huge to get that power play going, because when teams give you that advantage and give you that power play, you have to take advantage of it, because if you don't, that is how you will lose games.
That's an unreal transition, man. I mean, that's night and day. It's a 360 change. I don't know what kicked in for him, but like you said, the Bruins were outmanned and outclassed from the get-go, and it just every time you blinked, there was another goal hit in the back of the net.
Absolutely, and it was from everybody. It wasn't just from like a couple people like making plays all night. I mean, you had Killorn with 2 goals and an assist. Bro, you had Sergachev with a goal and 2 assists. You had Point with one of the most disgusting goals that I've seen in the playoffs so far.
I think they call that a deke. Remember that in the old NHL hockey game? Oh, I mean, if we weren't already making that rookie goalie feel bad enough, which, hey, I don't care. You're a professional goalie. That's life. But then you shake him out of his skates. Oh, boy.
Well, the thing is Boston totally botched that play. I don't know how that pass was made and he got that breakaway like he did, but there was literally nobody even near him. He had all the time in the world to do whatever move he wanted. And when you have Braden Point matched up on a rookie goalie like that 1-on-1, 9 times out of 10, I wish I could say 10 times out of 10. I don't want to over exaggerate, but 9 times out of 10, Braden Point scores that goal right there.
Oh, absolutely, man. Honestly, that reminded me of the old days with LeCavier and Martin St. Louis. Honestly, when we beat the brakes off people back in the day.
Absolutely, and it was good to see, man. I hope it gives the boys some confidence going in. We have a 2-1 lead now. We got some room for breathing. We got that 2-1 lead, so I hope they don't take the foot off the gas. I hope they keep it. I hope they keep it on the Boston Bruins' throats. I hope next game Saturday tomorrow at noon we put it to them. We take a 3-1 lead and then we close it out on Monday. Let's close this series out. Let's get some rest and get ready for the Eastern Conference Finals for whoever we're going to face, whether it's the Flyers or the Islanders. Both are really good teams. But I still don't see either of them teams being the competition that the Boston Bruins are.
Nope.
So really, once this series is over, I'm not really worried about what's going to happen, who we face next, because I think the Boston Bruins are probably the best team we're going to face in the playoffs this year regardless.
Hey, I agree 100%, man. I mean, this is just kind of one of those series where – and it's funny, I just saw my neighbor walking down the street with a Lightning shirt on, man. Lightning fever's everywhere. It's fantastic. You got to love being in Tampa, man, where Tampa is the most hyped city right now for sports. I don't care what anyone says. We got Brady. We got the Bucs. I mean, we got Brady. We got the Rays in first place, and we got the Bolts in the playoffs. Tell me a city who's more hyped for sports to happen right now.
There is none.
It's not possible.
Because not only do you got Brady with the Bucs, you got Gronk with the Bucs, and you have high expectations. You got the Lightning right now sitting with a 2-1 lead over the Boston Bruins, probably the best team they're going to play in this year's NHL playoffs. So that's looking good. And you got the Rays, like we already talked about, at 21-11, sitting there with one of the best records in the league. Once again, the Rays just always there, always right there with some of the better teams in the league every year. Tampa sports, there's nothing better than it. If you're a sports fan and you live in Tampa, be so grateful right now, because there's not many places that get to experience.
We got
like
the
this.
craft beer. We got the sports, man. Tampa's where it's at. I don't care. Call me a sunshine pumper. It don't matter, man. I'm pumping that sunshine all day. I love it here, bro. I don't want to be anywhere else.
Absolutely. I'll take the 95-degree days all day long.
You heard what Brady said?
And drink me some high nooners and
yes.
all day. I don't care.
You heard what Brady said, bro. It was the funniest thing. He was like, I just wake up and assume it's hot. I'm like, welcome to Tampa, Brady.
Just assume it's hot. Even when it gets to for Brady, you better assume it's hot.
Man, they're going to be in for it in the winter. They're not going to know what hit them. They're going to have to keep your parkas in the closet. Just get ready to have some light jeans maybe, or some light shorts and some long sleeve T-shirts. That's all you're going to need here.
Even that, hey, keep your basketball shorts handy too.
That's it, right? Yeah, we get some. All right, so now we got a pretty little to wrap this up, man. We've got a pretty little, just kind of a little bit of Bucs talk coming up for you. So Justin, why don't you just kind of I'll start off a little bit here. Bucs scrimmage today sustained a little bit of injuries. Justin broke that news to me. Arian says it's not a huge concern, which is always a good thing. And excuse me, I'm sure like most coaches, kind of like Mullen, you just want to get out of this game injury free. It didn't happen for the Bucs, but that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. We're gonna know more. Arians will tell you straight up if something is bad, and he really didn't make it seem like it was all that horrible today. So I'm gonna trust him on that. But I'm telling you, man, I think that like the Gators and just kind of all football, college football, NFL, I just think that this is going to be something that's going to be – we're going to need to watch this as we go because I really feel like just the loss of time that we had is gonna rear its ugly head in injuries, and hopefully they're not bad injuries throughout the season.
And I agree with you there. But going back to the scrimmage, I was happy with what I seen. And I didn't watch the scrimmage. I didn't actually watch them scrimmage. I definitely did watch some of the highlights, some of the video on it, and I was pretty happy with what I seen because we haven't had, like I said, we've had shortened time to be able to practice and pads to be able to do what we need to do to start, getting game ready. And Brady, he still showed three scoring drives. He let us down. 2 touchdowns. One was a field goal. I'm not mad about that at all. There's going to be some growing pains. I'm not expecting this team to come out game 1 and be Super Bowl ready. If you're a Bucs fan, you shouldn't be expecting that. Gel for Brady to to be able to get done what he needs to get done. It's not all going to come overnight. I'm expecting the first couple games to be a learning experience for the whole team. We're going to have some growing pains. There's going to be some times where as a fan, you get discouraged. But all I say is give it a few games. Give it some time. Let this team gel. By the end of the season, I guarantee you will not be saying the same thing that you're saying at the beginning of the season. Like I said, the drives that he let us down, so one of them was, I believe, a 98-yard drive. I don't know how many plays.
That was the first drive. It was a 16-play, 98-yard drive. It ended in a 1-yard rushing touchdown from LaShawn McCoy. Missed the extra point. Classic.
Yeah, classic. And that extra point was kicked by Elliott. And I don't think Elliott's gonna get the job, so I'm not worried about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Scotty Miller just walked past my Ring doorbell and set it off. So thanks, Scotty. Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate that, Scotty.
And for all you listening, that's
the first drive with LaShawn McCoy punching it in. You gotta like to see that because LaShawn McCoy. Nobody really knows what he's going to be this year, if he's going to be more towards what the old LaShawn McCoy or recent LaShawn McCoy. You don't really know. And with Rojo getting a little nicked up today, which, like you said, Arias said it didn't look that bad, you need that backup. And I think LaShawn McCoy is probably, if not the best backup in the league, one of the better backups in the league that you can have. And especially if he's getting back to old LaShawn McCoy. And he's always going to fumble the ball. You're always going to have that problem with LaShawn McCoy because the way he holds the ball. I don't know if you ever watched LaShawn McCoy run, but he does hold the ball a little
carelessly.
A little risky at times. There's always a chance that he's going to cough that ball up.
Oh my! I'm sorry, man. I'm watching golf right now. And this dude just hit out of the freaking fairway from next door. 65 yards, chip into the hole. That doesn't happen very often. I was a little taken aback by that nonsense.
No, you're okay. and I'm more excited. I'm not even. The thing is that everybody's excited about the offense, Cody, and as they should be because it's going to be a really good offense this year. I'm excited to see the defense.
Absolutely, man.
The defense in which actually we're in talks right now with Lavonte David to extend his contract.
Good stuff.
And the Bucs need to get that done ASAP because Lavonte David has been a staple on this defense for years now. even when we were bad, he was the lone bright spot. The Bucs need to get that done and keep that guy in house for another 3-4 years.
Man, him lined up with Devin White is exciting stuff, man. You gotta love to see that.
Absolutely, and then when you bring in the factor the safety position and the DBs, the way it looks with Mike Edwards balling out, and with Arians and them saying that they think they got a great one with Antoine Winfield,
man, he made an interception today. I think off of Blaine Gabbert.
Everything looks good, and you know that Todd Bowles is going to have this defense ready. Okay,
absolutely, man.
Todd Bowles, the best defensive coordinator in the league, because he should be a head coach still. The best defensive coordinator in the league. He's going to have these guys ready, and I think the defense could outshine the offense this year. That's probably a little bit hotter take than you want to hear, because I know everybody wants to hear the offense balling out. But even with the offense balling out, I think the defense could outshine them this year.
Which is saying a lot.
That would be huge for the Bucs with the offensive weapons that we have.
So I did want to mention he did have Brady did have another. He said it. Well, let me see. Longest completion of the day belonged to Brady Miller. To Brady, unleashed a 55-yard bomb right down the middle to none other than Scotty Miller. Man, he's in here twice. Brady threw to Miller for 20 yards, another fresh set of downs, and then a 55-yard bomb. So, and if you saw the interview on Twitter, I definitely recommend going and watching it. Brady to Miller is going to be something that you need and I need. We all need to get used to. This is going to be better than Edelman. And better than any slot receiver that he's had. I think Scotty Miller is bound for a huge, I'm not saying 1,000-yard season, but, man, he's ready to really.
I said it before.
He's ready. This is it.
I've said it on your podcast before. I like Scotty Miller. He's the breakout player this year.
He is.
I know a lot of people are excited about Gronk and maybe even O.J. Howard, but
that's the obvious.
You got to watch out for Cameron Brady.
Yes.
Because the way him and Brady have been connecting in practice and in the scrimmage today, Cameron Brate was always a very good tight end for us. Even when we had, our quarterbacks not always.
Hey, Brate did score a touchdown today, Brady to Brate.
Right, I know, and that's what I'm saying. You have to watch out for Brate because he is a great possession tight end. He's not going to be one of those guys that outruns you. He's not going to be one of those guys that, just catches the ball and goes for a bunch of yards. He's a possession tight end. He's going to go up. He's going to get the ball. He's going to come down, and he's going to make the catches. Cameron Brate is my tight end that you need to look out for this year, even with Gronk and O.J. Howard ahead.
So then let's play the take it or leave it. Are you? Let's say I said Brate has more touchdowns than Howard or Gronk. Are you taking it or leaving it?
So I'm going to take it because even if he has more touchdowns than Gronk and Howard, I still think both those guys have good years. So if he has more touchdowns than them, he's going to have a really good year. So I'm going to take it. I'm not going to say that I think that if he has a lot of touchdowns more than them, that they're going to have bad years. I think that would be great having a great year. So I'm going to take it. Does
O.J. Howard have a better year this year than he did last year? And is most of that going to be because of Brady, do you think?
I think I want to see him have a better year than he had last year. I think this is the year to do it because I think if he doesn't have a year better than he had last year, that he's probably either going to get shot or let go because he's had so much potential, and we know the Bucs. We do let guys attempt to show their potential, even if it takes 1, 2, 3 years. But we also know the Bucs to part ways with guys, a.k.a. Vernon Hargreaves, a Florida Gator who got drafted by the Bucs. No shots, but he just did not perform the way he was supposed to after getting drafted in the first round. And the Bucs did not wait too long. They didn't keep him around and they got rid of him. And I still don't see Vernon Hargreaves. I don't hear his name a lot still.
No.
So it doesn't. It's not like it was the Bucs organization where he couldn't prosper and he went somewhere else and did great. He's just not doing it. For some reason, it's not transitioning to the pro level. And that's not a shot at Vernon Hargreaves because we love Vernon Hargreaves here on this show. He was a Gator great.
It was go
But
Gators.
he just didn't pan out for the Bucs.
Hey, he was a Tampa great, man.
Not everybody does.
He was a Tampa great. Remember, he started at Wharton High School, went to the Gators, and then right back to the Bucs, man. So let me ask you this. So let's play hypotheticals here because that's always fun to do, especially when you're coming up to the season. Let's say that Rojo's injury is more serious. We know coaches like to do coach speak. Let's say Rojo's injury is serious. What are they going to do with the running back position? Do they look for somebody else, or do they trust that LaShawn McCoy can kind of take the bulk of the carries?
Well, honestly, I think regardless of how you feel about that, they're going to have to look for somebody else because even if you trust LaShawn McCoy to take the bulk of the carries, you're still going to have somebody who's going to take some of the load off of him so he's not – because he can't do it all every down. So you're going to have somebody back there who is a legitimate guy who can take some of those carries from McCoy, even if McCoy is the guy. So either way you roll on that stance, we have to go find a guy if Rojo is hurt for a prolonged time. And if that's the case, I would be a little worried about our running back position.
Absolutely.
But I was a little worried about our running back position before this anyway, so
yep,
I can't say that much has changed regardless.
True story. Good way to put it. Well, brother man, I think that about kind of covers everything I put. You got anything else, man? You want to add about the Lightning, the Bucs, the Rays, the Gators? I mean, what anything else?
Nothing really to add to breakdown of what's going on. Just go support, man. Support. Watch your Lightning. Watch your Rays.
Yes.
When the Bucs come back in a couple Sundays, watch your Bucs, man.
Do it.
Just support your local breweries. Support the Gators. Man, just go out and support things you love.
Go watch a game. Go watch a game at the brewery. Go watch a game at a local restaurant, sports bar. There's tons of them. Go to Thomas P's. Go to Fort Beachy. Go to places that you can just help to continue to put food on those servers, bartenders, and tip. When you go out, tip. Tip the people. If you can afford to go out, tip them. Tip your Uber drivers too, not just because Justin and I tend to do that from time to time. Tip them, though.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, man. If you don't got the money to tip, then don't be doing it.
Yep.
We all know that not everybody has the money to do that. I don't always have the money to do that. You know what I don't do when I don't have the money to do that? I don't Uber Eats, I don't Uber, and I don't go out to eat if I don't got the money to tip.
So go and support the breweries. Go over to, go to Tampa Bay Brewing Company, get some Reef Donkey. Go to Coppertail, get your Hop Skull. Scotty Miller walking past the yard again with the new puppy. Peace.
Yell at him.
Hey, come back. Come be on my podcast. One day he will. Promise. Promise. We're going to have him on. I'm not kidding. So just like Justin said, it can't be reiterated enough. Buy the T-shirts, buy the beer, buy the food. Just continue to help your local businesses. It's a big thing, not just because of a pandemic, but it's even more important now. You should always be doing it, but now go out and do that sort of thing. It's big. And also, hey, take care of your friends. Take care of your family. Hey, like you see in the airport, if you see something, say something. And that's all I'm going to say. We're not going to get political, but hey, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
If you see something, say something.
And you know what? It's not a political statement.
No, you're right. You're right.
That, we should all be aware of social injustice.
That's it.
We're not going to go into deep about what it is, but just know, if you see some injustices, some social injustices going on, don't be that guy that just sits there and doesn't do anything.
Don't pull your cell phone out. Don't pull your cell phone out and record. If you see something, say something and do something. And that's how we all live together in harmony, man. That's what it's all about, bro.
Absolutely, man. I love you, Cody. I had a great time tonight doing this show.
Again, dude.
Next week, hopefully, we're back in person again. Maybe with the guest, our boy Ricky Schaefer, who's a huge Lightning Bucs. He's a Rays fan as well.
I'd love to.
So hopefully we're back next week and maybe with a guest. So you never know. Keep tuned in. We got a lot more coming for you. Brew and Orange podcast on the come up, baby.
So I did want to say one thing as we go out. Remember to follow JB and the Sports Guy. Follow Brew and Orange. Go to Untapped. Check out the beers I drank. You'll see every local beer. And find Justin, have you changed your Untapped, or are you still on there, regular?
I'm still under my name,
All right.
Justin Brackey. Go find me under Untapped. I rank a lot of beers. Every time I try one, I rank it. You can see all the beers I've ranked. You can like whatever you want to do. Just go follow me, man. Go follow me on all the platforms. It's On Instagram, I'll make videos when the games are going on, keeping you updated. So just go follow all our pages, man. Because we're on the come up.
Brewing Orange.
We're going to get better from here.
Brewing Orange is at 190 followers in 3 weeks. Let's get to 200, y'all. Let's get up there. That's only 10 more. Let's get there, man.
Are we talking Twitter or are we talking Instagram?
Instagram, bro. I'm at 190. Let's get to 10 more. Let's do it.
Yeah, go follow on Instagram. Go follow the page. Tell your friends to follow. If you have friends that are Tampa sports fans or Gator fans, tell them to follow the page. Man, just get everybody involved because, like I said, man, we're on the come up.
Hey.
We're going to be doing this. And this is what we love to do. So we love to talk Tampa sports and drink beer.
Man, this is a community effort, man. We're here to we're not making money off this. We're just having fun, and we want to help other people. That's what we're kind of here for. What we're doing, we're friends. We're making friends. We're talking about sports. That's what we love to do. Drink beer, love it. But, man, most importantly, we want to shine the light on Tampa businesses and breweries, and that's what we're here to do. So one thing I haven't told Justin, there's a guy who owns out at Land O'Lakes. It's called Afford a Brew. He owns a home brew kit store where you can buy all your stuff. Him and I are going to get together, and hopefully Justin's going to join us. He wants to bring some home brews on, and he wants to do a tasting with us.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely down for that.
So
you tell him to let me know when and where, and I will be there.
I'm going to go out to his place sometime next week, and we're going to figure out a way to get the three of us. And, man, with this new feature that you are all listening on right now, I've got Justin on the phone. Don't forget, if you ever want to make a podcast, if it's something you've been hoping to do, use the Anchor app. It is free. I got Justin right now recording for 52 minutes on the phone right now. Crystal clear. This is what it's all about, man. We just want to spread the word. So, Justin, love you, bro. Cheers. Thanks for coming on, man. And I hope everyone has a great weekend, man.
Absolutely. Love you too, Cody. Go Rays, go Bucs, go Gators, and go Bucs.
There it is.